Hi, Mr. Jones. I'd like to talk to you about your high blood pressure and why it's something that we need to take seriously. One of the challenges with hypertension is that it often doesn't cause obvious symptoms until it has already started to damage the body. When blood pressure stays high for years, your heart has to work harder with every beat, and that extra workload can eventually affect your heart, your kidneys, your brain, your blood vessels. Multiple people, including you, have what we call primary hypertension. This is the most common type of high blood pressure, and it's not caused by one single disease. So instead, it develops over time because of a combination of things like family history, stress, weight gain, diet, alcohol use, not getting enough physical activity. And looking at your history, many of these factors are working together to raise your blood pressure. There's also secondary hypertension, which is different because it is caused by another medical problem like a kidney disease, hormone disorder, sleep apnea, or even certain medications. If the underlying problem is treated, then the blood pressure often improves. The biggest concern is when high blood pressure goes uncontrolled for many years. This is called complicated hypertension. And that's because it begins to damage the important organs throughout the body. So the constant pressure injures the blood vessels and forces the heart to work harder every day. Over time, this can lead to serious problems like heart disease, kidney disease, stroke, and even heart failure. Looking at your history, there are several things that increase your risk. So, both of your parents died from complications related to hypertension. Your mother also had type 2 diabetes. That tells me you have a strong family history of cardiovascular disease. And as an African American man, you are also at higher risk for developing hypertension at an earlier age and for experiencing serious complications like stroke, kidney disease, and heart disease. Your job, also as a police officer in a high crime neighborhood, is very stressful. Long term stress keeps your body in a constant fight or flight state, which releases hormones that can raise blood pressure over time. Your lifestyle is another important factor. So, drinking several beers every evening and not paying close attention to sodium or unhealthy fats in your diet, not exercising regularly, gaining 20 pounds over the past year, all of those things increase the workload in your heart. And because your mom had type 2 diabetes, these same habits can also increase your own risk of developing diabetes. What concerns me right now is that you're becoming short of breath when climbing stairs. That symptom suggests that your heart may already be under strain and is something that deserves further attention. One important complication of long-standing uncontrolled hypertension is left ventricular hypertrophy, or LVH. And because your history and symptoms, it's something I would want to evaluate for. Think of your heart like a muscle that has to work against resistance every single day. When blood pressure stays high, the heart has to push harder with every beat. Over time, the muscle becomes thicker to handle that extra work. That thickening of the heart muscle is called ventricular hypertrophy. At first, this helps the heart keep up with the increased workload, but eventually the thicker muscle becomes stiff, cannot relax, it doesn't fill with blood as it should, and the heart has to work even harder. And over time, this can lead to shortness of breath, abnormal heart rhythms, and eventually heart failure. The good news is that there are things you can do to lower your risk and to protect your heart. So, the first step is getting your blood pressure under control by taking medications as prescribed and keeping regular follow up appointments. Cutting back on alcohol can help lower your blood pressure and reduce stress on your heart. Reducing sodium in your diet can help prevent your body from holding on to extra fluid, which decreases the amount of work your heart has to do. Regular physical activity, such as walking, that alone can help lower your blood pressure and improve heart health. Because you're already experiencing shortness of breath, I would want to evaluate your heart before starting any type of new exercise program. Losing even a small amount of weight can reduce the strain on your heart, and checking your blood pressure at home can help us see how well your treatment plan is actually going. Now, your family history may increase your risk, but it certainly does not determine your future. You already made an important change by quitting smoking, and with the right treatment, healthy lifestyle changes, and regular follow up, you can significantly lower your risk of serious complications like heart failure, stroke, and kidney disease.